going to chat about the tide and the times, some interesting learnings. What's up, Market with AB? Al Photo Video, Joseph B. All right, I'll get Nick in here. All right, there it is. Go live.
All right.
Gonna need that one up. All right, good. You got me?
Gotcha.
Oh, wow, this isn't working. I might do double audio. Hold on. There we go.
Good morning, everyone.
I got you. Couple of things. One, continued in profound learnings, right?
Oh yeah.
And I wanted to talk about. So, you tell me where you land on this, but we're constantly iterating, updating, changing, getting better at our, call it consulting education portion of our product, right? And
yes,
you know, we've always been in a mode where it's like, go and create the thing, right? The teaching, document it all out, have it ready to go, and then provide a lovely article or a podcast or whatever supplemental teaching material. And we've kind of shifted the game on that a little bit, haven't we?
The game has completely shifted on it. I mean, it's literally now like you and I, okay, with all the experience that we have, right, are literally providing the entire strategy, the entire, like, not just the day-to-day, not just like, you know, abstracted playbooks that people can follow. It's like, we are the entrepreneurs. Here's exactly what we would do if we were running your business, right? Yeah. And we are giving that to them exactly, right? Exactly what we would do to yesterday, exactly what we would do today, exactly what we would do tomorrow if we were running their business, whether it's, you know, Facebook ads, emails, you know, all of that. And, you know, when you think about it, this is exactly the right thing to do. You know what I mean? Because we're the ones that are the experienced entrepreneurs, right? Yeah. Yep. And, you know, I've spent my entire career as an entrepreneur, right? And when you do that stuff, yeah, and you learn, like, you know, you learn when you build some big companies and stuff like that. I mean, you learn, and when you fail, right? You learn where to spend your time, where the waste of time is, how to, you know, be the most effective with the time that you have and what you can do to get the highest ROI, right? Yep. And so, like, literally the last like two, in fact, it was like the last like 5 days, this whole week, you know, all I was doing was updating all of these strategies, you know, literally like every 2 hours, right? Because we were coming up with new stuff. We had learned new stuff. New slides came in. Yep. Like even this morning, we were already talking about the tactical on Facebook and Instagram ads, right? Like we're talking about it like, okay, there's a, like based on market is right now, there's a couple of changes that we could consider that might be, you know, better than what we have, you know, previously been doing, you know? And it's like, we're literally in the trenches, you know, running Facebook ads for some of our customers because we're testing. You know, that's the only reason we're doing it. We're testing. We got to run it and we got to test it. So we will use different customers from time to time to do these things. And that's just profound, right? Like last night at the end of the workday, we were all talking about it, the whole marketing team, right? In our chat. And then this morning we're talking about it again. And so it's really profound. And it's exactly the right thing to do because we literally have, out of all the different, you know, Father's Day playbooks and things that we've been, you know, teaching in terms of marketing for the last 5 years, this one this year is like a whole new level of advancement.
Yeah, no, there's no question. And we call it dog fooding because we have to eat our own dog food, right? But there's a couple of profound things in there. It's like, one, you and I have spent the last 25 years of our lives building businesses. Two, instead of just putting out a general framework and saying, these are the things that we believe you should be doing, we're now literally shifted to the mindset that said, okay, if our goal, and we only have one goal, if our goal is to have successful customers, what would be the best way to do that? And then you sit there and you go, well, okay, so let's think about it in a different way. we're not providing education for our customers. We're now looking at that business and saying, if that was my business, what would I be doing, right? What would I be doing right now? And perhaps even more important, morning, Betty, nice to see you. Perhaps even more important than that is, what would I not be doing? What would I not be doing, right? Do not do that. That is a waste of time. Do not spend 3 weeks SEOing your damn website. Google is not going to send you any traffic or any sales, right? But, you know, a step further, I think, in our learnings, which is profound to me, is that, yes, we are now taking the mindset, what would I be doing if I was running that business, right? Like, you know, Betty's on here. What would we do if we were running Betty's business right now? Like, how would we make the improvements and everything else? That's all well and good. But the next level of abstraction is like, we're now just doing it in real time, right?
Yeah.
We're doing it in real time. It's like, what should we be doing and teaching them this week? And so we have this huge Father's Day sale going on. We advocate everybody runs sales at the appropriate times, the biggest art selling times of the year. Father's Day is a great one. So we've got everyone that's got a Father's Day ad in you know, or a Father's Day campaign in the water right now. And the next step to that was like, wait a minute. They need to be running Facebook ads. They need to be running Facebook and Instagram ads. So instead of putting an article up, let's go right into a Zoom session. Let's grab a customer that has a sale in the water. Let's create their ads in real time. Let's publish those ads in real time, show them exactly what we would do, and then teach them all in real time, which was a session that we had on Friday. And we've been doing amazing teachings in the Zoom sessions, but this feels different, right? Because it's direct to the source, real time, at breakneck speed.
State of the art.
Water. Yeah. Anyone that had a sale in the water could have come onto that session, learned how to run Facebook ads exactly how we teach them. And we've run over $2 million worth of ads. We know what we're doing here. And go get it in the water.
Yeah.
Right? They got off
and probably sell more art than they ever did before this Father's Day. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're now literally changing our teaching to what is on the art marketing calendar. What are the techniques, the marketing techniques that we're advocating our customers do? What is the task for the day? Go teach that.
Yeah.
Go teach that in real time. You can't do the articles. When it is real time, we uploaded the audiences. We created the Facebook ad. We turned the ad on in real time with whatever questions you want. It's so much better than just going and reading something. Like, you're watching the whole thing and like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What about this or this or this? And you notice how, like, wait a minute, what about the this or this or this, or all the knucklehead things you shouldn't be doing, right? So, like, I think that's a profound part of it. Like,
always,
it's just as much about teaching you what not to do as it is what to do, right?
Yeah, and you want to talk about keeping everybody on focus?
Yeah,
I mean, this is the best way. You know, and the learning is with our artists and photographers is that, like, you know, and I think a lot of you know, drop a comment on this if you agree, but like, you know what they love us doing? Nobody wants to go and read articles, right? And go watch like, I'm not gonna say old videos, but just watch videos. They don't want to do it. Do you know what they love to do? You know what they love to do? They love to show up right when something is important to do and have us just teach them how to do it. That is the most efficient use of their time. They want to create. Some of them have full-time jobs, right? And so it's like, what do I need to do this week? Okay, I'm all flustered. I'm painting. I'm doing this. They might be raising kids and all that. Just, okay, I'm going to show up at 1 o'clock. Just tell me exactly what to do. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing now. And they love it, right? Like our members are just loving it. So we did that yesterday with the Facebook ads that we want people running from Friday through Sunday, you know? And it's the exact strategy that we're actually, you know, that we've done and that we're doing right now with a couple of our members. We're running the ads so that we've always got to be practitioners, right? Always have to have our hands in the trenches. You know, we're not like just, you know, coming from above, like the wise old entrepreneurs, like providing the wisdom down and you know what I mean? It's like, no. We're in the trenches. We grabbed a gun and we're in the war with them. We're in the battle because that's how you have to do it. You got, like, things are changing so frequently that unless you're actually running the ads or sending the emails or doing it, you don't have a pulse for what's actually changing and working because you've got to always change. You got to adjust. You have to adapt because the things that work one day, a couple of months later, they don't work as well.
Yep.
And if you're not doing it, then you can't stay on top of what's really working, you know? So it's
with any confidence. Like, you can't cite the case study from 3 years ago about what you did, because that information is just loosely relevant in today's day and age. And we got a comment from Betty here that said, you know, she's not running a Father's Day sale because, you know, all of her art is girly. Totally fine. That was the same advice that I was prepared to give Kim. Like, Kim Zabia runs a Mother's Day sale and sells like 55 pieces, right? Because that's her style, that's her jam, that's what she knows. I don't necessarily think you have to go worry about creating new styles and everything else. If Father's Day is not your jam, Father's Day is not your jam, no worries.
Yeah, exactly.
For you, Betty, you should 100% have ads running 365 days a year. Your business is way established. You're kicking butt. We have to pay.
100%, Betty.
Facebook and Instagram is a pay-to-play platform. You get some certain amount of attention for free, i.e., we get some certain amount of attention for free by going live. We have maybe 30 people watching this on a Saturday morning. We turn them into ads, and that goes to 3,000. You don't get it organically otherwise.
Do you know
they have the attention?
Do you know what it basically is? Do you know what it basically is? So, like, let's talk about this for a second, though. When you do a Facebook or Instagram post, you are looking to get seen by what, 3 or 4% of your followers. That's how it works, right? They don't show it to everybody, right? So that's why it's pay to play. It's a set. You know what they're doing? They're seeing a free trial. Like the little 2 or 3% that they give you is like a free trial to try to get you to buy ads, right? And then you get the bulk of it. Hey, Betty, make sure you watched yesterday's workshop for members where we did it. She was on. Okay, good. Yeah. So we should talk, like, when you come on next week to one of the workshops, we should talk about having the regular, warm traffic Facebook ad strategy, because that's what we're talking about. We think you should be running those all the time.
Yeah.
Like $5 to $10 a day, right? That's it.
Yeah. It's sort of like,
that's all it is.
It's sort of like there's like a bar next to like a giant club, right? Like a massive club. And you can go into the bar for free, right? You can sit down, you can have a drink, you can hobnob with the patrons, but you're not allowed into the club. You have to pay the money to get into the club. And guess what? There's 100 people in the bar and there's 30 million people in the club, right? You want to get in the club. See you at the club. But seriously, you want to get in the club. You just have to pay. You have to pay. I mean, that's the deal. Like, it's there, but it only works if you have the right strategy. And it only works if you know how to avoid all the idiot taxes, which are strewn about that entire Facebook ads interface, like little landmines waiting for you to step on and get blown up. So if you have those two things, it's sort of a different ballgame. If you're marketing consistently, it's sort of a different ballgame. You need to be paying for attention. There is attention there. You need it, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And so, one of the things that I want to talk about, we've talked about how, like, art has sold throughout the whole pandemic.
Yep.
We've gone over this a lot. Like, home decor sales were just thriving. Right? We've had Black Friday levels of sales, since the beginning of April, and they have not stopped. And I think there's something bigger that's happened, that I think is just so important to talk about. Because the other thing that we've talked about is that the lockdowns accelerated technology adoption by 10 years, and what's so profound about that, and you guys listen to this because this is so important, it has created the biggest advancement in the art industry that we have ever seen. And do you know what that is? It's the fact that you can run your own live art shows and successfully at home. That is so huge. And when I say successfully, I mean, we have ran these with our members, sold, in one show, 15 pieces with Matthew Locke or whatever it was, like $12,000 to $15,000 within 5 days, right? Something like that. And these were old pieces in his basement, old inventory, not even his fresh stuff. But the fact that running an art gallery show that normally in physical retail space, and that the fact that got proven, Pat, is the biggest advancement that happened as a result of the lockdowns, because consumers were at home. So everybody was kind of forced into this, right? So artists got creative, and we were pushing our members to get creative, right? So run some of these shows and do it. And sure enough, people are at home and they're like, hey, I can't go to an art gallery. I can't do anything. I got to stay home. So they're watching them because they're on their devices, right? The artist does it. They watch them. And you know what turned out to happen? It turned out that people loved it. I mean, we saw it organically in the comments. The shows are getting shared. Purchases were there on the spot. It is so profound. That got proven. It got proven that you don't need a physical retail space. Physical retail is the thing that got proven that you don't need it anymore. You know, you don't need it anymore. And that's just a fact. And that is so good for photographers and artists. It's the biggest advancement that this industry has, because it means that artists now legitimately can run their own art gallery, their own international art gallery online from their home and have significant revenue, right? They can build a serious business, you know, and that's just the most amazing thing that's happened. So, you know, it follows that the next best thing to do is to learn how to do it incredibly well, right? Incredibly well. I'm talking about the whole business, not just running an art show, running the art gallery business, because you got to pre-market, you got to post-market, you got to be marketing all year long. You got to be building leads so that when you run these shows, there's a lot of people there to buy, right? Because it's essentially a closing opportunity. And it is just so incredible. Like it's hard to even put into words, but it is the biggest advancement that happened and it happened as a result of the pandemic. It's a major positive, you know, within a bunch of negative.
Yeah, there's no question about that.
And just to wrap it up really quick though, you know it's just so amazing. Have you seen those 3D like virtual gallery softwares? You know, like where you click it, it's almost like looking at a home, like, you know, 3D on the internet. All these tools were built, right? And then it reminds me of like virtual reality. Do you realize how dumb that stuff is now? Do you realize how dumb it is? You don't need to go into a virtual world to go meet an artist and see, you know what I mean? Like digital art in a virtual world, right? It's completely pointless. It is totally pointless now because you just go live video. And guess what happens when you're live? When people jump on your live video, it is the digital equivalent of them literally physically walking into your art gallery in real time.
Yeah.
You can show them the pieces for real. You can turn it sideways. By the way, do you have the pieces? We should show them. Show them what we mean. Do you have them there with you? Like any of the prints? Just show what we mean. Like, I've got
from these obstreperous tyrants I call children.
I've got so I've got the art coasters, like a new product in hand. But like, you know, you look at this, do it on Facebook and YouTube, right? You get a good idea of what it is. Here it is. Here's the back. Here's the thickness, right? And so you're able to do this. And people can actually see it at all the different angles and what the product actually is. Yeah, look at what Patrick's doing, right? Here's a framed piece, you know, with glass. Show the sides. So there's the depth. There's the back. You see the nice little, you know, black circles on the sides to make it flush mount on the wall perfectly, right? And so it's just incredible what you can do. So you're literally look at the metal print. You see the sheen. Look at that. It just looks amazing. You can see the back. It's ready to hang with a nice wooden frame on it. This is the real deal. Your followers are walking into your gallery, the store, in real time, right? From anywhere in the world. This is unbelievable. Love it. Gallery wrap canvas right there, right? Exactly. So it is just
we're doing another one of those shows this week, by the way.
Excellent.
I think he wants to do it like Tuesday or Wednesday or something, so we'll have to figure out the timing. But that's the dog fooding. What's up, Kim? That is the dog fooding. You know, you got to you got to do it yourself. Otherwise, how you do it? What else do we have?
But is that not so amazing though? The whole concept
of eating our own dog food?
No, your own art gallery, right? In this day and age, and what you can do from your home, right? Like it's just unbelievable as a photographer artist. Like I've been in the art industry for 20 years, right? I have never seen anything like this. You know, in general, the pandemic like really proved that retail is unnecessary. right? Like if you're a clothing designer, you could do the same thing that we're talking about, right? You could have your own boutique store online. You don't have to have it in a physical, right? Like it really proved that it's unnecessary, and it just accelerated that adoption. The thing I love too is that the art gallery shows are so easy for consumers. You think about the friction that has been eliminated as a result of that. Like the friction of, do I have to get dressed and go to this, right? Do I have to convince my wife to go to this gallery opening and other things we might want to do on our social calendar, right? Like all of these different things. I can just sit home. I can be on my couch. I can be on my phone and watch a 30-minute art show directly with the artist, right? See all of the products, hear what he or she thinks about them and what inspired them and all of that stuff. And then I'm off doing whatever I want to do. It's unbelievable.
I know. And you can run 1,000 of them.
Yep.
One after another, or after another. No big deal.
So you can see, guys, now you know where the market is now. You know where it's going, right? So if you are thinking about, if you are lamenting, the art shows, the art festivals, and you're lamenting the galleries that need to get back open, you are totally thinking the wrong way. You are thinking backwards, not forwards. And if there's one lesson, whenever there is a big change in the economy, a big recession or something like that, you got to be on offense, and you got to skate to where the puck is, because the people that look towards the past, they always lose. They always lose.
The live shows, live video represents literally the most exciting advancement in marketing.
Yep. And the future of commerce.
Yeah. The future. Yeah. The future of customer service, the future of live art shows, certainly, or the future of selling art, certainly. It's going to profoundly change everything. Absolutely.
You know what's so cool about it too is you could do it from anywhere. Like I say, do it from home, right? But you could do it from anywhere. Like you could go live in a different state or a country for a month. Bring a couple of pieces with you that you can merchandise if you want to, right? Yep. And like literally you can run this business from anywhere. And it's just incredible.
Yeah. Profound. And by the way, like I said it on the call, get it in your head. You're going to do 3,000 of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Realize it's 3,000 of them. What you look like on this one, whether or not your hair is perfect, whether or not your lights are perfect, whether or not you have a stupid blue bar as a background or whatever else, none of it matters. You've got 3,000 of them to do. You got 3,000 to do. So get going. Get going. And early on when you don't have a tremendous following, it's even easier to do because nobody's seeing them anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm continually amazed by them. I'm continually amazed by the fact that we're live on Instagram, on Facebook, in our Facebook group, on YouTube, on Twitter, all at once. And we just turn it on and start talking. Start talking. But don't overthink it. It's so easy to do. And then just the sheer amount of content that it creates for the artist or the photographer who, let's be honest, many have difficulties creating that content, and all of a sudden, boom, they've got a multitude. It's sort of insane.
Totally insane.
Like you have a store that the majority of the time was closed, right? And just by going and doing these lives, all of a sudden your store's open twice as much as it used to be, or 3 times as much as it used to be, or 4 times as much as it used to be. And especially when you're small, not a huge Instagram following, not a huge Facebook following, maybe you don't even have a YouTube page. Especially when you're small, all it takes is one person to come on. One person.
All it takes.
You snagged because they were on social media at that moment. You're into a conversation. They're asking about your art. You know what? I totally forgot you even did art, Nick. I sort of forgot. I haven't seen you in so many years. But we're Facebook friends, and now you're broadcasting to me. And you know what? I got blank walls. We just remodeled a bathroom. I need to hook it up, right? Like it's just, I don't know. It's continue to be amazed.
Yep. It's like the store is open. People can walk in at any time, right?
Yeah.
And if it just takes one, it only takes one person to buy a $2,000 original or something like that from you, right? Doesn't matter. It's that's what's amazing is that these platforms are enabling, the artist or photographer, the creator, to run their own store, to open up their store and allow people virtually to walk in the door at any time. And to see the products for real, right? Well, not for real, but almost for real. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Almost for real. It's incredible. Like when I look at the metal prints and the canvas prints that you just put up there, or when I see like Matthew Laka and we see the texture of the paint on the canvas, like, I mean, it is there. I'm not thinking in my mind like, you know what? I don't know what that. I can't buy it. I'm thinking I know exactly what it looks like, and obviously so does everybody else because the pieces are selling, right? And the pieces are selling. So that's what's going on here, and yeah, it's just it's so amazing, and I can't emphasize it enough. I can't be more excited than I am about it. You know, there's a guy in the business community, and he said, I forget who it was. It was something that I was reading yesterday, and he said that, you know, this pandemic situation, the lockdowns, created one of the biggest wealth transfers in history, and it's gone from small businesses to large, general, right? Like the small businesses have gotten crushed, but the big companies like Amazon have just thrived. Like that's what's kind of happened, you know. But in the art industry, what's happening is from all of this is the demand is just moving, right? The demand for the art is just moving from where it was sold maybe in some art galleries or anywhere in the festivals and offline. It's moved online, and I think with artists running their own galleries all the time out there, these things are going to be popping up on people's phones all the time, and it's going to happen from our members alone. No problem. When everybody is running these things all the time, like our 3,500 members are going to, right? There's going to be a lot of demand that's going to be taken out of the market, you know, out of the regular market from all of these shows. Like, just think about that. How much demand we took out of the market just from one show with Matthew Laka with those 15 pieces, right? It's like those are now on people's walls because that show happened, you know? And so, you know, so it just shows you.
No one went into a retail store to buy that art.
If you're not doing this, this is just the state of the art marketing tactic, right? This is the state of the art business strategy right now. If you're not thinking of doing it, and you're not like if you're an artist or photographer, you've been around for a while, and you're not like, okay, I need to learn how to do that. I need to get really good at it. Like you have no idea what the right direction is. You need to on that note, drop us a comment if you disagree with it, right? We need to talk about that, and we need to unplug that drain, as you said.
She gets me. Deborah gets my analogies. Harpoons, nets, lines, cannons, booms, everywhere.
Yep, scuba divers.
Yep, divers, submarine, kites, hot air balloons, drones, whatever it takes. All in. Yeah, wow, amazing. What else do we have?
He wants a t-shirt that says "Just ship it." I totally thought about that. We got to have the art storefronts. We've got the shirts with the art storefronts on the front, you know, and then we got to have the little tagline on the back, you know, that says "Just ship it," or like on the hat, right? Like on these hats,
yeah,
right on the back, "Just ship it."
Yep. So,
all right, so
make that happen. We've got to have those. That'd be wonderful.
Let's talk about the schedule for next week.
We'll dive into this on so many levels. We'll have weekly Just Shipped It awards, the Just Shipped It award. Oh man, we go so many different places with that. We're gonna do a live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Sadly, by the way, your solo show on Friday. I got a funeral on Friday now. Yeah.
I'm actually gonna be out of town, so maybe we'll skip that one. So we'll do Monday, Wednesday.
Or maybe I'll do it Friday really early or something. Yeah,
you could do. I could do it early. I just can't do it in the afternoon because I'm on a little vacation.
So maybe we'll move it. Maybe we'll move it to really early Friday morning. Like, I don't know. We'll decide.
Okay. Well, what we're talking about is for non-customers, non-art storefronts members. So Monday and Wednesday and maybe Friday, TBD on the timing, and we will. We'll be answering your questions, right? We want to help you learn where you are with your art business, what your biggest struggle is, what you think is holding you back. And you can hop on the Zoom call with us. It's a big conference, and you know, share what's going on, and we love doing it. We love helping. So that'll be Monday. The next one is going to be Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific.
No. The Monday one is later in the day, isn't it? That's
yeah. Oh, yeah.
the flex schedule one. We'll announce
It is
it live Monday morning and announce it.
Okay, yeah, we'll send an email out too. I think we got to send one in advance.
Yeah, so we'll have to set that. Think about what time.
So I think we're roughly doing after. We did evening last week. We did like 6 p.m. But yeah, we'll figure out what the best time is.
Yeah,
but Monday and Wednesday we are definitely doing it. So like our Facebook page and get on our email list if you want to make sure that you get the email with the link so that you can hop on with us, because we will email it out.
Yep. And then we got the normal workshops Tuesday, Thursday, and what else? Yeah, Gideon. There's a link. There's a link in the Facebook post you can click.
Yeah. So Instagram. He said, "How do I get started with Art Storefront?" The next step is to request a demo, right? So if you're on Instagram, there's a link in the bio to request a demo, and and then if you're on Facebook, it's in the post, and it's always on the website. There's always a big button in the upper right hand corner that says request a demo. So that's the next step, and we actually have Victoria's working today. One of the people on our onboarding team. So if you actually put in a demo request right now, you will talk to Victoria. She's awesome.
Saturday, spicy. I like it.
Yeah, we're getting some people on the weekend because we know people are working during the weekend. We're getting demo requests all weekend, right? So she's available right now. You guys, it's a discovery call. What we want to do is learn about you and what your goals are, and if you've sold any art, all that type of stuff, just to make sure that it's a good fit. If it's not a good fit, we're going to tell you. Okay. So the best thing to do is just to have that call and see if it's a good fit, and then you can go from there.
Love it. You can do it. Launched in a week, says Deborah. Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly, Deborah.
On that note, leave it there, and we'll see.
Yeah, I want to say the last thing, just to remind everybody, we are running a sale this month, right? To join Art Storefront. We are running a sale. So it's a great time to join. Do not wait until the end. Get your demo request in if you're considering joining, because at the end, it just becomes crazy and it's hard. Like sometimes people, don't get their demo in time and don't get to sign up in time because we're just too slammed. So request a demo and the team will reach out, and it's, better to do it early than late.
Yep. Love it.
Excellent, guys.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and everybody have a fantastic weekend.
All right. See you guys.